Peru seems to be engulfed in a perpetual political crisis. 5 presidents in the past 5 years. Last December, left-wing President Pedro Castillo tried to dissolve Congress and govern by decree. He was ousted and sent to prison. His vice president Dina Boluarte assumed as an interim leader, but Castillo supporters blame her for making a deal with the center and right-wing parties. Since then, the country has plunged into a spiral of protests that have left 54 people dead. 1 policeman was burnt alive and hundreds have been left injured. The authorities have declared 30 days of state of emergency, while in other parts of the country more protests are being planned. A battlefield on the streets of Lima. Tear gas swirls through the air. Lines of police in riot gear battered as protesters throw stones and stoke fires. In return, another volley of tear gas. The sky over the historic Plaza San Martin lit up by the blaze from a nearby building. Protesters claim it was caused by a tear gas canister. A night of chaos in Peru's capital. Earlier in the day, the protests began peacefully, communities coming together to demand change, many in traditional indigenous dress. Thousands of people have descended in Lima from all over the country on what has been called the takeover of the capital. They want President Dina Boluarte to resign, the Congress to shut down, and a new constitution to be written. In the past 5 years, Peru has had 5 presidents, and only in the last month, more than 50 people have been killed in protests.
I came from Ayacucho. 10 people were killed there by the police. They were shot in the head and in the chest. We can't compare stones with bullets. We reject the government of Dina Boluarte and we don't recognize her as president.
As evening descended, tensions began to rise as protesters vented their fury at the police, who responded with tear gas. The police has been gassing all the people that were protesting in the corner. They're moving backwards because they're gassing them. The police is also up there on the top.
They're killing us. Help, please. They've declared war on us, on the people. Please help.
Snipers are shooting at us from all the buildings. They're shooting. Please help.
The protests were not confined to the capital. In the southern city of Arequipa, 1 person was killed as police clashed with demonstrators who were attempting to take over the airport. The country has been racked by deadly protests since early December, when the former President Pedro Castillo was removed from office. The left-wing leader was arrested after he tried to dissolve Congress and consolidate power. He was replaced by his vice president Dina Boluarte, and it is at her that much of the protesters' wrath is directed. She responded last night with defiance.
Why are you leaving your families to protest when there is no social benefit to the country? You are demanding something outside the rule of law. What you want to do is create chaos and disorder, and amid that chaos and disorder, take over the control of the country.
As morning revealed the smouldering result of the night before, protesters prepare to stand their ground. They say they will not leave the capital until their demands have been met. Peru must brace itself for more violence before the political storm is over.